Alright guys, welcome to my channel. I hope you're having a great day. Alright, so I'm currently on my way home from the theory test centre. I'm going to pass my theory and my hazard perception. I'm not sure the percentage of the hazard perception, but I got 49 out of 50 on the theory. I cocked up on one of the motorway signs things, I don't know. But anyway, yeah. I knew I'd missed that question anyway, I wasn't sure of the answer. So yeah, that's that passed, and training starts next week. I think training's next week, and then my Mod 1 is next week as well. Followed by more training and my Mod 2 a week and a half afterwards. So yeah, not too long now. So a few more bits need doing on the XVS first. I'm not too keen on riding with a big huge windscreen on. Even on that bike, I'm not too keen on it, so I've taken that off. I like the bare look, and I prefer riding with that on. It's less cumbersome. But one thing I have noticed, when it has been bloody freezing at night, even with the heated grips on, the backs of my hands are getting stupidly cold. So I am going to be buying some of the hand deflectors. I'm going to point down here, so they kind of come around the front there, the clear ones. I can't remember the brand of them, but I'm having to order them from America just because England is shit. They don't seem to sell anything for anything. You have to order anything decent or that looks half good, you have to order it from abroad. And unfortunately, abroad means America when it comes to the XVS 1300. So yeah, I'll be ordering them, getting them fitted. Still got the dilemma of trying to sort the bloody heated grip out. Trying to get it to fit the throttle tube alright. You know what, I've also been considering not shaving my beard, but trimming it right down just so it's stubble. I'm going to miss having it, but it's becoming a pain in this helmet. Like now I've put it on and all the front of my beard's all bunched up in the chin guard, and it's tickling my mouth. So there. Tell you what as well, if there's many learners, or if there's any learners that actually watch this video, then what I'm going to do, I am going to post up the app that I use to revise my theory on. It's absolutely brilliant. Pretty much all the questions that I've been doing on that app came up. They were just worded slightly different. The answers were slightly different, but the actual questions were pretty much the same. So yeah, I'll put that up, and I'll put a link I'll put a link in the description as well, just in case that if you were looking for a decent mock theory test app for your iPad or your iPhone or whatever, then yeah, I highly recommend it. So yeah, I just thought I'd do a little video and let people know that I actually passed my theory and hazard perception. So with the hazard perception, it was alright. It was, in fact, it was actually quite easy, but it was nothing like any of the apps that I've been practicing on. I bought one of the apps which was apparently an official DSA driving standards agency official video clips, but the whole hazard perception weren't really real video. It was all animated, like, or CGI or whatever, or unless the roads were real and everything that was happening was CGI in it, or God knows what. But yeah, it was quite easy. The theory, on the other hand, there was a few questions in there that seemed to be like trying to catch you out. But yeah, there was no multiple choice ones like the theory I've been practicing, all the mock tests, and same with the mock test online. You end up having like multiple choice, like there'll be what can you, just for example, what can you do to make yourself more visible at night, and you'll have something like wear a white helmet, reflective clothing, and use dip headlight. So it'd be like 3 answers, but there was none of that in the theory. They were all single answers, and then the last 5 questions were a scenario based question, where on the left you'd have a scenario saying, just for example, you go into the shop, this happens, then you pull in here, then this happens, and then you go in there, the weather's very cold, it's very wet, blah blah blah. And then on the right you'll have a question, and then you go, when you've done that, you click next and go to the next question. It's still the same scenario, just a different question about it. So that was quite easy. They were just very, in fact, to be honest, a lot of the theory it was all pretty much common sense. It wasn't really anything that I don't think I'd have ever needed to revise for. I don't know. Well, I can say that now because I did revise, but if I didn't revise, you know, I might be saying a different story now. But yeah, then you get when you pass, you get your test certificate, which is basically just a cover letter. On the back it's got a printed number. So as soon as I've done, I phoned up the training body, the Shires in Derby, who I'm going to be doing everything with. Let them know they were pleased for me. I gave them the pass number, the certificate number, so they can actually book my practical testing. So yeah, everything's all guaranteed, done and dusted, all paid for. I think I'm going to have enough spare money for one more full day's training, so I may have that day split into two for Mach 2 and Mach 1, because I've booked an extra day's training as it is, plus obviously the 9 hours you get for the Mod 1 and 9 that you get for the Mod 2. I think it's 9 or 6 or I don't know, whatever it is. All the paperwork's at home. So right, yeah, ending it on that note. I'll leave the link in the description, or the name of the app in the description, or whichever one I can actually find online, because obviously I don't know how to do that from phone. I'll leave that in the description, so if you are planning on doing your theory and hazard perception for a motorcycle, then I highly recommend it. I think it was £2 or £2.50, and I've used it every single night for the past couple of weeks, and although they were common sense questions, I'm just assuming that it did help. It was pretty much right on what questions were being asked. It just made the test seem to be very easy, like I've done those questions before. So I think when I get home, I am going to, well, if the weather's still somewhat okay, I am going to take the baffles out of my exhaust on the XVS 1300. I'm just intrigued at how they sound. Once I have passed, I'll be taking the bike somewhere a little bit more remote so I can actually rev it, and I'll be doing a comparison with the baffles, wrapped baffles, and with no baffles on the Cobra slip-on exhaust. I think as it stands now though, for quite a while, I'm going to be keeping that slip-on. I mean, it just sounds so nice with it on. It's loud, but it's not overly loud, and it's got a lot of grunt to it. It just sounds like a bit of a beast. But at some point, I am going to want a performance upgrade. I'm talking in the future, maybe 6 months, maybe next year. So I'll be getting the Cobra 2-in-1 Power Pro exhaust. I think that's what it's called. Once I get that, I'm going to have to try and make sure I get one with the O2 sensor fitted. Once I've gotten that, I will be getting, I don't know which tuner I'm going to get. I'll probably end up getting, I wanted to get a Power Commander. But then I'm starting to kind of run out of space under my seat. There's not really much under there, there's only a few small gaps. So the Power Commander and the Auto Dyno Tune thing, I don't think they're going to fit. We'll have to see. Unless I just take the tank off and then put them under there. But yeah, those two together are probably going to run me around £550. And that will just auto-tune the bike for me all the time, regardless of weather, regardless of how much throttle I'm giving it, what speed I'm doing, and all the rest of it. So that will just do it all the time for me. And then if I ever want to change exhaust or do another performance upgrade, it doesn't matter. I don't need to tune anything. It will just adjust the fuel air mix. It just do everything for me. So that's what I was considering. But for that and that exhaust that I mentioned, the 2-in-1 Power Pro, I'll be looking total just over 1,000, and I don't want to be spending that on an exhaust system. And I will do at some point, but not anytime soon. So I'm going to see what it's like without these baffles out, and then as soon as I've got my license and everything, I may end up keeping them out, I may not. It just all depends on how loud it is in my area, because I mean there's a lot of old people and a lot of like young families in my area, so I didn't really want to take the piss, because I can't be coming up the street at 12 or 1 in the morning with an exhaust that's screaming like a bitch and waking all their kids up. I mean that's just not fair. So right, anyway, on that note, yep, passed my theory, passed hazard perception, everything brilliant. I'm going to leave the links in the description, mention on my exhaust, blah blah blah. So anyway, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. In fact, you know what, you should just give me a thumbs up just for passing, because I think I deserve it. Anyway, take care all, have a good day and ride safe.